Oh, they do. They skip. They skip down there. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. My name is Sam. I'm a bit angry, and across from me is Chris Hanlon, who's allergic to bees.
I'm just laughing at him being angry, which is awesome.
Technology is doing my head in, but it's all under control now.
Yeah, but it's been epically out of control for you today, hasn't it? Like, epically.
I wouldn't say epically, it's just annoying. Really, really annoying when you want to post something. So I was in town just before, walking down the street, and of course, what do I see? A car covered full of bees.
Like, seriously, ridiculous amount of bees on this car. Thankfully, I wasn't with you. Well, because I would have been stressed to the max.
You would have been stressed. It didn't sting me. I went right up to it.
Yeah.
Because that's actually, the video I showed you was the second version, because the first version, I must have shot it in the wrong... I thought it's in the wrong aspect. It's in the wrong orientation.
The first one you did on its side?
The first one I did on my side,
yeah.
And then when I uploaded it, everything was like posting it sideways.
Oh,
yeah,
weird.
I know, exactly. So that was the start of the frustration. The second frustration was Twitter wouldn't upload it. So anyway, managed to download it to the computer, upload it, not via Twitter, via Buffer, because Buffer can do it, Twitter can't. Twitter sucks. Enough about that crap. How's your week been?
It's been interesting. I think I'm a bit like annoyed too, really. Generally speaking.
Generally speaking?
Just things just haven't been going that well.
I thought they had been. That says the man that's been hanging out with a multi-award-winning gold medalist Olympian who he didn't know who he was.
I got this job randomly on the internet sent out to me to go and film some guy, Eric Murray. Have you ever heard of Eric Murray? And it seems like, dude, it's the rower. I'm like, oh, is he? Not a rower, the rower. Like, who? What? He's won 3 Olympic gold medals or something.
He's won heaps of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, never heard of him. Showed me a photo, like, yeah, nah.
Still didn't recognise him.
Doesn't look familiar. He's a nice guy, real nice guy. So I went in today and did a little bit of filming. I can't really tell you what it's about, I'm afraid.
We don't even know what it's about. That's why I can't tell you.
Part of the reason I can't tell you what it's about is because I don't have a clue what it was exactly we were doing. But I can't even give you the easy version because I'm not allowed to say anything. But anyway, that's all good. So hopefully that will be part of some online campaign, or it will be...
For something. It's really bizarre.
If we see it, and Eric Murray with a rugby ball, there you go.
We'll link to it.
Yeah, we'll link to it. If you see it, let us know. Send it through to our Twitter or our Facebook. That'd be quite cool. But yeah.
But in saying technology's bad today, and we did manage to hook up the other computer for the podcast, so Chris can now actually see what's going on.
Yeah, so we've got a newer
that.
computer instead of the wind-up frickin' battery-operated or...
Laptop, yeah.
Laptop, whatever the whole thing was, it's stone tablets with carvings on it. We got rid of that. We've got my old computer, and we've just managed to get... Sam went out, bought an adapter, so we've got 2 monitors, so we both can see what's going on rather than me just guessing.
It's really interesting, this setup, because it's staying almost the exact same volume all the way through. Whereas the other one used to go up and down all over the place, and I had to try and level it out at the end. But we're talking reasonably loud.
Yeah.
And this is just staying quite, I don't know.
So that's probably your laptop that was not
possibly
handling it well.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. It's just vacillating. Yeah, so anyway, so that's our technology rant, I guess.
What else have you been up to? I see you've shaved your head for some reason.
Yeah, I got my head shaved today, down to a number 1, so it's not totally bald.
Close enough.
But yeah, close enough. I was going to say it's for Halloween. I'm going to be Mad Max from not Mad Max, Max Payne from the favela. Max Payne 3 favelas. Yeah, I might have to grab the double shoulder holster and the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
Pick one of the many Hawaiian shirts I've got in my wardrobe.
You would be a person that I would believe has multiple
I have at least 4
Hawaiian shirts.
4 decent ones.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd have more.
Yeah, I've got one from Florida, one from London, one from some island.
London is where you get the Hawaiian shirts.
I got mine in London because I was in the bar in the whatever dressing freaking clothing store with two of the barmaids that I worked with.
Of course
and I
you
couldn't
were.
get them out of there.
Yeah.
So I went and bought the ugliest shirt I could find and stood next to them, and they left really quickly. It was awesome.
Okay.
And I've still got it. I love it.
There's a life hack for you.
Chris Hanlon's life hacks.
Actually, I think we could start doing that. There should be a book.
Oh my God, my life hacks. Oh God, hack your life. Hack it up.
Hacking it the Chris way.
Yeah. So anyway, no, the real reason that I've got my head shaved is that I am acting I have the lead role. I think we mentioned that before, eh?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It's for a short film.
Short film called Lazy Sunday.
How's it going?
Hope to be made for Trop Fest. We have got the most amazing apartment that...
Whereabouts in Hamilton is it? Not giving it away exactly where it is, but just roughly. Is it in the central city?
No, it's just on Hammy's side.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. So, it's walking distance from here, basically, which is good, because I don't have a car anymore. Anyway, moving on. We've got the amazing apartment. We've got... it had some really good artwork on the wall that matched the theme of the movie, so I got hold of the artist and said, you give us permission to use your art in this film. The guy's... Peter Miller is the artist, and he got back to me within half an hour and said, yep, go for it. So I'm like, sweet. So that's cool. We do need some props that are not easy, and it's running out of time.
Yep.
I'm going to be thrown through some glass, a glass coffee
What could go
table.
wrong there?
Nothing really, as long as I go head first. And it's...
But that's sort of like a one-take thing, isn't it?
Oh, and it'll have to be done the one time, but we're going to have a few camera angles, make sure we get it. Yeah, no, it's not the most organised of events, and it's driving me a little bit insane. A little bit potty.
A little bit potty. We did discuss this sort of off-air earlier, but that's okay.
But I mean, it should be good. It'll be good to get done. Now, Alan George is in town this weekend.
Yes, he's very clever. Well, not clever. He's very good at remembering that we did approach him. Ages ago.
I think he's got that self-promotion thing down pat. He really does.
He comes across as very confident,
slash arrogant.
Arrogant.
But I think he's a nice guy.
He believes in himself.
So I will be interviewing him hopefully tomorrow as we record this.
Actually, we met him at Trop Fest last year.
Yeah, that's where we first met him. It was Trop Fest. So, hopefully tomorrow I'll be interviewing him for the NZ Filmmakers Podcast. So that should be really cool. That's if I survive my fight choreography tonight.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
So, and what are you up to for the weekend?
Going to Tauranga, I think. It's not that exciting. I did go to the gym this week, though.
Did you?
Did you hear how... I didn't realise how I had that. I've got a 2-week free pass to go to Les Mills. Now, Chris and our flatmate Tash have been going there for years. It's like a cult to them. They go on and on about it. Tash more than Chris, but I would have to admit. But she said, I've got this... Because you can actually sign up for 2 weeks for $14, $1 a day. That's the deal anyone can get. And she said, I've got this deal for 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever, put my name down. So the guy rang me, nice enough guy, rings me up and says, hey, we'll put you down, come in and we'll sort you out. So I did just before I did that, it turned out that because she'd entered that competition for the radio station where you do it for 6 weeks and they pay for it all and you get super fit, she didn't get picked for that, but because of that, they contacted her and said, hey, we'll give you 2 weeks free and a personal training session for free.
Ooh.
So the dude, she said, I'm already a member. And he went, she said, I'll give the 2 weeks free to my friend and I'll keep the PT training session for me.
Fair enough.
And he said, okay. So anyway, that's how I got it for free.
Oh, yeah.
And,
no, that's good. That's good. Well, so what did you go to the gym to do?
I just lurk around, really. Take a page out of the Chris Eyes book. No,
I don't lurk, actually. I'm very focused when I'm in the gym.
I've never seen you at the gym, and I've been there once, so how do I know?
But no, I'm just saying, I hate people that have their phones and hate people that don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I can't believe
I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to do this set of exercises to warm up, which I do pretty much every time. Then I'm going to go do the class, or then I'm going to go and hit the bag, or then and I'm always going straight for one
I can't
thing to the
believe
other.
that the treadmill, the cross trainer thing, and I think some of the bikes have all the technology in them for bloody Facebook, Gmail, and all that. I can't imagine sitting there trying to read email while exercising, let alone with a phone.
And you plug your headphone into it.
Oh,
you can plug
headphone I can understand.
Yeah, you plug your iPhone or your iPod or whatever.
It's got the old USB port to charge it.
Yeah.
That's good. But when I did turn up, she looked like a small child. The small child woman was showing me around. And
he tells us that, and Tasha and I look at each other and go, nope, don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you would never have noticed her because she looked like a child. She freaked me out. She was so little.
Carry on.
And so, anyway, she showed me around. Then I was like, oh, there's my flatmate Tash. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. Blah, blah. So I went over and there was a spare treadmill, so that was all good. She was with her personal trainer, and he goes, oh, Tash goes, this is my flatmate Sam. And the personal trainer guy's like, Ethan, yeah, hey, how's it going? And he shook my hand. He goes, what are you into? And I said, I'm into sitting down a lot, which is true. And I grow giant pumpkins. And then he goes, I knew you from somewhere. And I was like, really? He goes, Telecom 1 Unconference a couple of years ago. You were there. You're the pumpkin guy. I was like, yeah, I am. Yeah.
Because I forgot Ethan went to that, to be honest. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that was all good. And all I did was the treadmill and the bike. And I'm just very conscious of my back.
Yeah. And you got to be.
I just know that if I stuff my back, I can be out for a month, and that's basically just rolling around on the floor.
But the inversion table is on its way.
It is. I brought that this morning, so I'm looking forward to hanging myself upside down. We did talk about this in another podcast where I got to try one for 10 minutes at the field days.
Yes.
And my back was sore that day, and it fixed it for about half an hour.
Yeah, but
Completely
initially
pain-free.
he was bitching and moaning.
Yeah, the initial.
No, it hasn't done anything. It's a waste of time. And then 20 minutes or 15 minutes, I know even that, 10 minutes later
Maybe
he goes,
10 minutes.
oh, man, that's really good.
Yeah.
All the pain's gone.
So I'm looking forward to using that. And you have to use it for long, 30 seconds at a time upside down and then come back up. And you have to work your way up to going upside down. So
you're sort of more lying down on an incline.
Yeah, but in saying that, when I did have a really bad back, one of the best things that I really liked was if you got your flatmate to grab hold of your legs and pull them. And it's the same thing, but this obviously I could do this by myself in the shed.
Yeah, so that'll be down in the garage. So what we might have to do is hang him upside down with a microphone in front of him and do a podcast that way. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, what could go wrong with that?
Blood rushing to your head.
Just pass out.
That'd be awesome. Push your feet and your head smacks underneath the desk.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh, the hours of fun we'll have. That's awesome. Anyway, but speaking of the Telecom 1 Conference, that is on this weekend because our friend the Lush Monster, Carl Hartley's out there. But it's new now. We don't all sleep in a library. They have a hotel at Snell's Beach. First times it's moved.
Yeah, it's not the same, eh?
It's not the same because I'm not invited. That's why it's not the bloody same.
I'm trying to think, am I supposed to be doing something this weekend? Because I said I couldn't make it for, months ago.
Yeah, I know.
I'm worried now that I'm supposed to be doing something. I mean, I know I'm going to Tauranga, but that wasn't planned months ago. It's really freaking me out now. I'm going to have to check my calendars.
Somebody's getting married and Sam's not there.
No, it's a bit harsh. If anyone was going to do something weird like that, it'd be you. Oh, hey, I've just...
it totally would be, actually.
It wouldn't be surprising the other day when you came home and you were drunk as because you'd ended up having a few drinks.
Oh, yeah. I shouldn't have had that ice cream after all those beers either.
No, that's the worst, actually, mixing the creamy goodness of ice cream with...
I wasn't well later on. But so that was good. What was the occasion for that? Oh, yes. So we had...
You were doing some planning or something.
We did some planning. So I've had an interesting week, really. So
being unemployed lets you do this.
Yeah, well, I'm not exactly unemployed. I'm still getting paid at the moment.
Yes,
week,
you are. Next week...
I've been getting paid but not doing anything.
Next week's when you freak out.
Next week I'm going to freak out more than I'm freaking out this week, and I have been freaking out a little bit. A little bits of freak out.
A little bit of freaking out.
But yeah, so I've had this $100 job filming Eric Murray today on my old crack screen Samsung S3 is what I used.
Because they said you could do it on a cell phone as long as it recorded in 720.
Yeah, and I dropped the resolution down to 720.
Yeah.
On that phone, so I'm like,
I think
okay.
they're going for the. He filmed it himself, or his friend filmed it.
Yeah. That's the vibe. So that's what we did. So that's cool. And I've been talking with Finney and Carl, who are trainers with me at Telecom back in the day, and we've got a couple of initiatives we're going to chase after and do some stuff with some filming and other bits and pieces. So I've started filming a commercial for a local cafe.
Yes.
So we're going to start looking at maybe doing some filming for different things, because Finney's a really, really good editor.
Yeah.
I'm crap with the editing. That's probably why I didn't follow it through last time I was unemployed thinking about doing it. So that's cool. So we're doing that. And I also had a meeting with a recruitment guy, not to be recruited because I'm unemployable, of course, but but because I'm going to do some filming of CVs for him. So
yeah, it's quite an interesting
video
thing.
CVs.
Yeah.
I think it'll work in the right context. But that's the thing. I'm not a recruiter. I don't know that industry. He does. He's been in it for a dozen years or whatever.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
so that's cool. So I think that'd be good. So we're going to partner up on that. And of course, I've been looking at doing some personal positioning in terms of being an expert around those sorts of areas, and this fits in quite nicely with it. Actually, all of that fits in quite nicely with it. So, there's some potential there.
I know. Carry on. I got a question for you.
Yeah, go on. Shoot.
You saw that movie the other day, and you haven't said one single thing about it.
What movie was it? Oh, Sicario.
Yeah, that's the one.
Sicario.
How
I went
was
to see
it?
Sicario. Okay, so I'm Adam. You annoy me.
Well, I know that
because I know Adam's going to be listening to this, right?
Yeah.
Adam, you annoy me. So he tells me about this one scene in the movie.
Yeah.
And says, it was so well done, da 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 da. And all movie, I'm trying. Is that the scene? No, that's not it. Is that the scene? No. Freaking movie finish. I'm like, that scene was never there. I never saw the scene. Oh, what was the movie about? I can't remember now. I was looking for that scene.
Oh man.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that bad. No, Sicario is actually a very, very good movie. It's not a movie with specific highlights through it. Like you can look at it, like particularly, a Mission Impossible movie, and you go, oh, that part where this happened, or that part where this happened.
So is this just a continual? Is this
it's
thing just full on?
Really good, really good characters all the way through.
Yeah,
and the story is pretty interesting, and it's like there's a couple of twists in there and stuff. Which obviously I don't want to give away, but I don't know. It just, to me, it was a linear high level, not a peaks, ups and downs.
Yeah. Okay.
I definitely think it's worth seeing. I don't know if it's everybody's cup of tea. If you like the Avengers and all those sorts of things as your standard, then this probably won't have as much hype.
Yeah,
it's much more a thriller type than an action. If that makes sense.
Yeah, cool. I was listening to the Pure BS. No, it wasn't. Was it Pure BS? Was it? I don't know. It's either
You're telling the story,
It's
Sam.
either the Pure BS guys. No, actually, it was science fiction. Same. One of the guys from Pure BS and another guy, their mate. They do science fiction. You should check it out. The first half is talking about science, and the second half is science fiction, and they're usually related. Both halves of the podcast.
Oh, right.
It's quite interesting.
That's a good call.
But they were talking about The Martian, the film.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen, but they have. But they've also read the book, and apparently it's better to see the movie first and then read the book.
Oh, really?
The book actually is got a lot more detail in it.
I would imagine so.
Because obviously a book. But they said they're both extremely good in their own right, and it doesn't matter which way you watch it really, but they just I just wish they'd showed a little bit more in the movie. And they were like, I wonder if they actually filmed it and then it got cut out.
Yeah, and
quite a
it
long
is
film.
quite likely. Because, from memory, it was a long film. So I saw the trailer. I've not read the book, obviously. I saw the trailer and I was really, really annoyed because I thought the trailer gave away the whole movie.
Yeah, it does seem to.
And there was a whole bunch of stuff that was like, well, God, no, you didn't need to tell me that. So I actually went thinking I knew the whole movie.
Yes.
But the movie is actually a lot longer than I expected, with a lot more things happening.
Cool.
I still think the trailer should have not had some of those things in it that it had. So yeah, there's a spoiler. But it was an excellent movie. I definitely think you should watch it, and I'm quite keen to watch it again, to be honest with you.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
So that'd be cool.
Is Armageddon on next weekend?
Armageddon is on next weekend, and you will see me on the big screen on the Friday night if you're there, when they have Daredevil Bad Blood screening.
Now, how many are they showing?
They're showing 19, I think it is. 19 films finalists. The film limit, or time limit for films, rather, is 10 minutes. Ours came in at 9 minutes 30 or whatever. Ours was made specifically for that festival. And I suspect ours was the only one made specifically for that festival.
This will be cool.
There might be one other.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, but no, because majority of them are international. They're not New Zealanders.
Oh, real? Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them coming from overseas and stuff. So, they're just doing the film festival circuits, and they've landed on that, is my understanding. I didn't look into it too deeply, but this is what I've heard from the boys. And, and they seem to know what's going on. So, I will be heading down there for that, I think. I don't have a vehicle anymore.
Yeah.
I may be hitchhiking to Auckland. I may be sleeping in the gutter and hitchhiking back the next day. I'm not quite sure. But yeah.
It sounds like it's going to be an interesting story. Hey, do you know what today is?
It's Friday.
It is. It's actually the day I'm going to start some giant pumpkin seeds. I do have to remember that. I keep forgetting for some reason. So that'll be good.
You're sowing.
No, we're going to start the seeds.
What does that mean?
Exactly. So pumpkin seeds can be a bit of a pain in the ass to get going. So basically I'm going to file the edges of them, going to wrap them in a wet paper towel in a plastic bag and put them on top of the hot water cylinder. And then when they start growing, because you want good germination, then you put them in the pots.
Now, if you do that, and
Yes.
this is totally my ignorance, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So does one end of the seed have a root coming out and the other end have a leaf coming out, and you got to bury them that right way around or something?
Pretty much, yeah. In simplistic terms, yeah. And there's enough
God, I'm good.
There's enough food in that seed to get it going. And I've grown them as a demonstration to show people what comes out of a seed. I've grown them without soil in a plastic bag up to about 5 centimetres long. It just keeps going.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty amazing. So
That's pretty cool.
I don't...
And plastic bag because of the photosynthesis? No.
Oh, no, plastic bag because basically it sweats and the moisture stays in there so they don't dry out.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So I'm doing that, and I think Tim started yesterday. I don't have a very large pumpkin patch. I've got like a little tiny garden here. We spoke about that. I upset our flatmate with the compost. I've got another one at my ex's place because that's where I grow stuff. And but Tim... Like last year, I think he's gone full retard.
So tell us about last year, because this cracked me up.
So Tim has the New Zealand record for the heaviest pumpkin in New Zealand at 754.5 kilos. I've said that line about 1,000 times. I can say that in my sleep. Last year, he brought in 8 tons of compost, which is a lot. 8 tons.
Well, Dave, it's got to be a couple of truckloads, right?
It will be... No, probably 1 truckload.
1 truckload.
Yeah, maybe with a trailer.
Yeah.
So that was all good. That's down the bottom. He was waiting to get some seeds into the country, and he was going to do this new thing this year. So what happens is he sends me a photo on Facebook, a messenger, and it just says, look at this. And there's this big mountain of what I assume is compost. And it's pretty big, but it's hard to tell. And I was like, how much have you got? And he said, 30 tons.
Good on you, Tim. 30 tons of compost. Don't.
No,
don't let the missus know.
Yeah, don't tell my wife. But he's built this giant raised garden. It must be 1,000 square feet because that's how big you need for a plant normally when you're growing at his level.
Wow.
But
where is he? Geographically,
just out of Morrinsville.
Just out of Morrinsville. Right. Okay.
So that's all good. And I brought a Wi-Fi enabled aqua timer from the States. So we talked about shipito,
Yeah.
They're amazing. They repacked it. It got here really fast. It's way faster than New Zealand Post U-Shop. Get rid of that. Just use shipito. Guarantee you'll have.
Actually, I've ordered something Amazon. It's been sent, but it hasn't arrived yet. But only Tuesday, Wednesday. So
you'll get it by the end of next week.
Nice,
easily.
Nice.
So that's really good. Now I've got this white. It's screws onto an outside tap, and then it's got 4 outlets for hose, and then it's got buttons on it, and it's all Wi-Fi enabled, and you control it from your phone. That's the plan anyway. So I've been stuffing around, hooking it up, and when it gets hooked up, there's an account that looks after it online, and they could obviously see. So they sent me an email and said, "You're the only person in New Zealand that's ever brought one." I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm working with them at the moment just to get it working, and I said, "Look, I've just got it set up inside at the moment. There's no water going through it." And I actually pulled the batteries out of it last night, and they emailed me this morning and said, "Hey, we've just realised it's gone offline. Is everything okay?"
That is awesome.
So these guys...
That is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Talk about the Internet of Things.
So it's called, and the email comes from the Wi-Fi team. So the Wi-Fi team are checking up on me, and they've sent me through all this information. Like, I didn't realise that because the product is obviously based for the US market, the website is as well. So the time zones are set to America. So they said you're going to have to find a state that works good for you and change all your times to allow for the time difference. Because if I put 2 p.m., which I think is New Zealand time, it's probably going to be watering at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So, but I don't need to do that right now. I'll do it soon. So it's pretty cool, though. Love this. Love that tech.
Yeah, no, that is really, really cool. So you're going to have that on your website. What's the pumpkin website again?
Yeah, that'll be up on giantpumpkins.co.nz once I get round to it. Check that out for the blog. I've set up a new calendar on there as well. So when I'm not blogging, I just update Google Calendar and it goes straight on the website and people can see what I'm doing.
Oh, cool. That's very good. So Sam's domination of the interwebs is going according to plan. He's got the opshopdirectory.co.nz is now fully up and running in the new thing. You got some good feedback on that?
Yeah, it's going pretty good.
Yep. And you are working on the Great Pumpkin Carnival, updating the website for that, logo and all that.
That'll go live this week.
Woohoo! Congratulations.
Pumpkinraces.nz is the next one I'm building. That'll go live in a couple of weeks. And of course, I haven't forgotten about thelaughatchris.com.
Oh, shit. I had. I've got chrishanlon.nz is up and running, although it does... You're never happy with it, you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff I want to change.
You can always tweak things.
Yeah, and I've only just put a blog in there, but I haven't actually done any blogging on it as such. I grabbed one blog post I'd done on LinkedIn and put it in there.
Maybe you could do that next week when you're fully unemployed.
Yeah, I've got to do a lot more content stuff, to be absolutely honest with you. But yeah, and I've got a bunch of podcasting stuff I'm supposed to do as well. I thought I would get so much done this week. I'm like, I've got all this stuff to do, and I ended up like doing a lot, but none of it was.
There doesn't seem to be enough time in the day at the moment.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to have to do this miracle morning thing again and get up at the crack of dawn on the days off.
I did muck around the other day playing computer games, and I did muck around the day before drinking. So, but with somebody. So
yeah.
Was, yeah. Did you ever work out with these work?
No, I don't think I've had a can for years, and I haven't bought a can. And
I'm talking about the screw top can thing.
Can savers that we
found.
The
can savers that Sam bought, opened here at the podcast desk, and they live in this podcast desk that we don't go to unless we're podcasting.
I know.
So every time we come down here, I'm like, oh yeah,
I did use them to balance a pumpkin on while I was painting it as a pumpkin racer.
Oh, nice. All right, well, that's pretty much us towards the end of the show.
I keep forgetting you've got a screen.
I've got a screen now, because in the past you will have heard Sam's always going, well, that's the end of the show, because he could see how long we've been talking and I never could. Well, now I can. So,
no.
Because
I can't see the screen at all.
Yeah, no.
That's awesome. So you can check us out at thechrisandsampodcast.com. I still do all the photos from the last episode are posted there. I do need to share some on Facebook and that.
Right.
It's just when you're prioritizing things at the end of the day, it's just like, man, I've got to share some content
Yeah,
around the interwebs.
no.
But
We both, I think we both could do better with both this podcast and the other one. But, it is what it is. And, we're very busy people, obviously, even if I don't
we
have a
are.
job.
I'm still pretty impressed. This is episode 52 right now you're listening to. So
It's cool. So you can also get us at Chris and Sam Pod on Twitter.
On the Twitter, if it's working for you, good luck.
It's working, and you're not
I want to
spewing and
I know,
yelling. And
I wanted to stab it.
but if you do get a chance, do check out our Twitter feed to see those bees. The video with the bees is on our Twitter feed.
It's on the Twitter feed. It's on the Facebook page. I've shared it everywhere.
Oh, good,
I even
good.
shared it on the pumpkin page. I just click the buttons on everything.
It was pretty epic. So, yeah, that'll be cool. We'll leave you with that. So, till next time, and I look forward to catching up with you in person.
Yep. Okay. Sounds great.
See ya.
See ya.
Hope you enjoy the show. Make sure to subscribe and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to tell your friend.